What is going on, guys? This is JW Films, and this could be the biggest night of the year for the JW. This is the JW Payback, in which Payback, of course, is the theme. And in this next match, jumping right into the action here at JW Payback, I'm Jack Epic. So this next match is Fandango looking to get payback on Adam Rose, who won the hardcore title from Fandango just a week ago, I believe, somewhere around that time frame. From Fandango, the long-reigning champion, the two-time hardcore champion, actually, maybe even more. But nonetheless, Adam Rose makes his way to the ring with the Rosebuds, the posse of Adam Rose. We got the Bunny and Curious George and all them, and they're looking pretty excited. Of course, their leader, Adam Rose, the hardcore champion, and there we see the match right there. It's Adam Rose and it's Fandango. So Adam Rose looks quite excited making his way to the ring, but nothing to be too excited about. We have a very serious competitor in Fandango. Of course, there is a very serious side of Adam Rose as well, though we have not seen that too much. Adam Rose only debuting about 2 weeks ago, and already the hardcore champion. Of course, Fandango's payback tonight would be getting the hardcore championship back from the newcomer, Adam Rose. He's now being carried to the ring by his Rosebuds, and you hear the crowd pretty excited for the newcomer. And of course, we know that Fandango with the NWO, not too much interaction between himself and the NWO. He's more of an advertisement for them, but he's not doing quite a good job for advertising. He's not the hardcore champion. Let's see if he can reclaim that title tonight. So Fandango, and you hear the sea of boos accompanying him, as well as his side bitch, Summer Rae, accompanying him as well, coming through the curtains, and doing some funky stuff. I'd like to remind you of our sponsors tonight: Wwe 2K15, Popeye's Chicken and Biscuits, WWE Immortals, and Mountain Dew Kickstart. Why not? Let's add a new one. Totally sponsors. And looks like Fandango's sponsor is the NWO. Being, of course, he's part of that faction. Joined the faction many weeks in the initial runnings of Wwe 2K15's edition of JW Raw. It's said to have been the spot left back by CM Punk. Of course, we know CM Punk led that NWO faction, Kevin Nash and Big Show in WWE 13 with the signing of Hollywood Hulk Hogan this year. CM Punk, it seemed like Kevin Nash and Big Show were leaning more towards Hulk Hogan. CM Punk did not want to take a co-leadership, or in this case, sort of a pawn of the NWO is Fandango. So CM Punk riding alone, and he's doing pretty well though in this universe, but let's see how well he does after the end of the night. Of course, our main event on the Raw side is going to be CM Punk versus Ryback versus Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Of course, the current world champion CM Punk, and he's got two big time competitors, and it's a big time match, lots of big stakes. Of course, we know CM Punk and Hulk Hogan faced at WrestleMania, the pay-per-view prior, the biggest night in the year for the JW, and that was Hulk Hogan's 3-month championship reign ended, and CM Punk holding that title since WrestleMania about more than a month ago, but a month ago in terms of the pay-per-view schedule. Of course, this is the first pay-per-view on the tails of WrestleMania, and it looks to outperform WrestleMania with the card that we have for you here tonight. But Fandango finally making his way to the ring. Quite a long entrance, but a great one at that. And about to be reminded in a second, of course, here it is now. This is for the Hardcore Championship, and of course that means hardcore rules, falls count anywhere, any of that kind of stuff. And yeah, so no disqualification, weapons are legal. I'm not sure if actually this is a falls count anywhere, but it is a hardcore match. And due to the nature of the hardcore title, you never know what's going to happen. Such as Adam Rose winning this title a few weeks ago, so the bell is rung, and of course Fandango getting right to his dance routine. Look at that, points right at Adam Rose, and Adam Rose responds, but Fandango is going to take advantage of that little dance off the head. Smart move by Fandango there, but might add to the rage of Adam Rose. We see him really get a mean streak in him once he really gets going. Adam Rose can be a serious competitor. Of course, the same can be said for the two-time hardcore champion Fandango. He's been outperforming every night. A nice reversal by Adam Rose there, that big knee to the side of the head. And now Adam Rose on the top rope. Not necessarily in his comfort zone here. Oh, and a nice Hurricane Rana. Maybe it is his comfort zone after that move. And this Adam Rose going for the pin now. And it's a kick out. of course, Adam Rose, the newcomer to JW Raw. He believe he beat R-Truth on the first Raw after WrestleMania, and just last week, or last JW Raw, the one right before Payback, of course, Adam Rose beat Fandango for the Hardcore Championship. So this is a rematch. Fandango with the kendo stick right now. Adam Rose gets outside the ring, and Fandango is just going to have a beatdown now on Adam Rose. Again, Payback is the theme, and Fandango is pissed that his title was taken away from him by especially the newcomer in Adam Rose, not even a serious, or a verified competitor, I guess I should say. That nice move there by Adam Rose, like a sort of a snapmare move. Seeing quite some good offense here from Adam Rose, and there's the kendo stick to the head. Fandango is going to fall right to the floor. There's no count out in this match, of course, and Adam Rose just wailing on Fandango. Fandango's able to get up, but not for long. Oh, and right to the back of the head that one was. Now Adam Rose just celebrating. Looking to retain that Hardcore Championship is Adam Rose. Oh, and thrown right into the barricade. Looked like he was going to go to the steps there. Fandango possibly walking out of the way. Then we see a nice reversal now. Fandango getting back in the ring. Adam Rose is as well. Oh, and that nice float over neck breaker by Fandango, now looking to get some control in the matchup after being dominated outside the ring. Adam Rose with the reversal. Oh, and the signature move, facebuster by Adam Rose, goes for the cover. And that is the victory right there for Adam Rose. He retains his Hardcore Championship. Didn't think it was it there, but clearly the move is devastating enough. That was a very impressive move there, the Hurricane Rana off the top rope. There we saw, it was a 2 count, and then here's the finishing move here. Adam Rose went for the cover, and that was, of course, the victory for Adam Rose. So Fandango unsuccessful in his Payback. Let's see if other members of the NWO, of course I'm talking about Hulk Hogan, successful in getting his Payback against CM Punk, his rematch clause for that World Heavyweight Championship later in the show. But of course we got Ryback, the newly turned heel, in the mix as well. That match should be quite interesting. We've got a whole show for you, only 8 minutes in here, and Adam Rose is walking out of Payback here, and he's walking out the Hardcore Champion, and he's celebrating, not with the Rosebuds. This is his own moment right here, the Hardcore Championship, first ever pay-per-view victory. Now, this is JW SmackDown. Just a week ago when Edge defeated Sami Zayn, and some believe that this made him Tag Team Championships #1 contender. This is, of course, against Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville, Team NXT. There were ramblings about throughout the whole night who the partner might be, and it was Christian who in the end surprised the JW Universe, and in his debut congratulated Edge, and which set up this next match, which is going to be Team NXT, Sami Zayn and Adrian Neville, the Tag Team Champions, over on JW SmackDown, and they're going to be facing the legendary Edge and Christian, of course, with their history in the WWE. And it should be a great match for technical experts. Just going to put on a great show for you here tonight. Here's the match card, and we're about to get right into the action here at Payback. We're going to start off with Edge and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn, big suplex in the beginning of the match, and it's a kick out by Edge. This was, of course, the match that we saw on SmackDown, which Edge got the victory. Big clothesline by Edge sends both men to the floor. See the damage done to the head of Sami Zayn. Nice drop kick by Zayn now. Goes in the corner. Goes in the top rope, of course, known for his top rope moves. And the technical expert, Sami Zayn, to Christian with the low blow. Not necessarily a low blow, but it does give Edge the opportunity, the ultimate opportunist, to capitalize. And Edge is now on the top rope with Sami Zayn. And that's a big superplex. Edge looks like he wants to tag in his partner, Christian. And the tag is made, playing a bit of mind games with Sami Zayn. But Sami Zayn, with the response, tags in his partner, Adrian Neville. Oh, and that big fist drop by Christian, sorry. Adrian Neville rolls out of the way. A nice tag team maneuver there. Sami Zayn, of course, grabbing Christian by the arms, leaving him defenseless, and then the drop kick was done by Neville. Now repeated kicks to the side of the head of Christian. Christian with a history of injuries. But this is only his, this is actually his first match in the JW. Second appearance in the JW, of course, on JB SmackDown when he made his official debut, I guess you could say. He congratulated Edge. I'm not sure what's going on right now, but that's a nice drop kick by Neville. Christian with the reversal goes for the fish drop, but an enziguri is going to be done to Christian after yet another reversal. Now, Neville is on the middle rope, stalking Christian, waiting for him to get back up, but it could be quite bad news for Christian. Oh my God, the DDT, all sorts of Lucha Libre kind of style involved in that. Goes for the cover, capitalizing on that big move, and it's just a 1 count. Christian is not ready to give up tag team titles just about that yet. Of course, Team NXT looking to retain here tonight. Nice discus elbow from Christian. And a clothesline. Very interesting offense there from Christian. Now he's calling the peeps. Fist drop again. Goes to the top rope. Sami Zayn is right there though. And it's a headbutt by Christian. Sami Zayn not doing what Christian did to him. Looked like Sami Zayn was going to go for something along those lines. Nice elbow from Christian, and now he's just going to take his time to call his peeps, of course, as I just said. And, oh, and a big knee now to Christian. Neville getting fired up, looking to get some offense. And there he is with the offense. That nice head scissors, Hurricane Rana, looked like something like that. Again, very Lucha Libre inspired. Double axe handle, gets right to his feet though, realizes he wasn't going to make that jump. And Christian was in quite an opposition there. Gets the reversal. Oh my God, the numerous slaps being applied to Neville. Looked like 4. Absolutely zero respect from Christian. Now Neville, and that nice rolling move there. It's both men on the floor. Rolling senton done by Neville. Springboard move. Getting fired up, getting all the adrenaline. Now Sami Zayn is getting tagged in. Of course, the fresher opponent for Christian, who's been just taking a beating from Neville this whole time. Edge, of course, got to get in the match soon. And if I were Christian right now after this reversal, go for the tag on Edge. Does not look like that, though. It looks like Christian's going to stay in the match for a little bit. Oh, and Christian with that inverse DDT, it looked like his signature move. Now calling for the kill switch. This could end. This could be the new tag team champions. Oh, and Sami Zayn reverses now. Blue Thunder Bomb applied by Sami Zayn. Did not go for the cover there. Looked like he was going to. Oh, Sami Zayn, we know what the move is now. Gets Christian in the corner. The Helluva Kick. Sami Zayn. Now he's going to tag in his partner, Neville. Setting up for the Red Arrow, but Christian looking to try to get his back to his feet. Could be to no avail, though. As Neville, he now gets to the top rope. He's got to go quick before Edge. Oh, it looked like he tried to get that there. Neville goes for the pin. Edge trying to run to the ring, but it's a 3 count. We have the tag team championships have been retained. I thought we almost had new tag team champions there. But Edge was not able to capitalize on the reversal. Or not the reversal, but the interference. There we saw the Helluva Kick, and Edge went for a punch on Neville almost in midair, but he missed that and tried to get in the ring, but it was not in time enough. Neville too quick for Edge, and it looks like it's going to be the same tag team champions at the end of Payback. So far, both champions have retained. Let's see if that's the same for the main events and all other title matches involved tonight. But I believe our next match does not involve any titles. So Sami Zayn going to celebrate with his partner Neville. Team NXT, now tag team champions since WrestleMania. Taking you back to JW Raw now. This was Luke Harper and Eric Rowan who got the victory over the tag team number 1 contenders on Raw, who were the Brotherhood, the now disbanded team. Because after this match that Luke Harper and Eric Rowan won, they were celebrating and they got out of the ring. There we see Harper and Rowan celebrating. We'll get to the action in a second here. So here it is. Cody Rhodes looked like he was going to check in on his hurt brother, Goldust, of course, the real life brothers, Dustin Arnold's Cody Rhodes. But Cody Rhodes, he had other plans. Instead of checking on his brother, finally snapped after a slew of losses by the Brotherhood. Beautiful disaster kick, and the real move here. The highlight of this, really just a despicable act, but a very impressive move it was nonetheless. Cody Rhodes would go to the top rope and he'd do a moonsault, which was absolutely outstanding. One of the best I've seen here in the JW. There it is, just perfect height and everything, but the whole context behind it really made it just a dark move, and couldn't really think about the technical application of that move. It was just very saddening to see this tag team disband. A tag team thought was so close. Cody Rhodes there we see just raising his hand despicably, and this was not over. Cody Rhodes would then go for, I believe, a crossroads. And Goldust just not even aware of what's going on here. Of course, at the time of this, getting his just badly damaged by Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, and there was, of course, the crossroads, which doesn't help much. And if you thought Cody Rhodes was done, he was not. Because another crossroads, and this could have taken Goldust out of action. There we see the moonsault by Cody Rhodes. But Goldust is here tonight, and he's going to be facing Cody Rhodes for the first time. Really the first time we've seen Goldust, I believe, since that attack 2 weeks ago. And then Cody Rhodes would have a very impressive victory over Chris Jericho just a week prior to this event, Payback. And back to the match now. Cody Rhodes, and he's making his way to the ring tonight for his match with his brother Goldust. And there we see Cody Rhodes with the new attire. Just a new persona in general from Cody Rhodes. Just tired of Goldust. Just I guess the attachment of losses, and Cody Rhodes with that big, two big victories in singles matches, but he has not won many matches with Goldust. He did win at WrestleMania to get the #1 contendership, but they were not able to win the big one, and that really bothered Cody Rhodes. So he took it upon himself, almost injured Goldust indefinitely, but Goldust is fine. He's here. He's 100%, and damn sure he's determined to defeat his brother Cody Rhodes, who I'm sure Goldust is the most affected out of any of this. His younger brother Cody Rhodes, who he looked out for, and it was really a well-oiled tag team, but it seems to have come to a shocking end here. The Brotherhood and Cody Rhodes looking to have a reign of a singles career, but he's gonna have to go through his brother Goldust first, because Goldust wants Payback, and that's of course the theme of tonight's pay-per-view is Payback, right here on the JW. And you can check out Raw. Check out WrestleMania. You can check out any previous show by clicking subscribe, going through the channel. We got playlists and all that stuff. But you really want to check out 2 weeks ago on JW Raw. I believe it was JW Raw number 11 or 10. Pretty sure it was number 11. That was when the attacks you just saw in that replay. Of course, in the same night, Ryback was ended up attacking CM Punk at the end of the tag team match. Same kind of concept. It was the NWO, Kevin Nash and Hulk Hogan that defeated Ryback and CM Punk. Bothered Ryback, so he took it upon himself. He attacked CM Punk, but this was not a brother relationship. This was two men who really didn't like each other, but had a common enemy. But this is two brothers, and Cody Rhodes really just making it very personal, as if it wasn't already. Just being a brotherly thing, but really trying to take out Goldust. Obviously, he just trips Goldust. No respect for his brother. And it looks like Cody Rhodes is not here to play around. Gets the knee drop to the face of Goldust, and just being dominant in the early goings. This is a new Cody Rhodes, and it's one that I'm quite a big fan of, despite his despicable actions in the past few weeks. So a week ahead, of course, from that attack that we just saw, was of course Cody Rhodes, who dominated Chris Jericho, the man who's not had a single victory here in JW actually, but Chris Jericho, of course, former Mr. Money in the Bank back in WWE 13, the big bulldog outside of the ring now by Goldust, and I believe this is a Falls Count Anywhere match. Yeah, the referee outside the ring. The chair is being applied here. Cody Rhodes, what could be going for? And it's a big DDT, a spike DDT it almost looks like. going for the head. Going for the cover now outside the ring. And it's a 1 count only by Cody Rhodes. But just being relentless with that steel chair. Waiting for the thing to break. Chair finally breaks, but doesn't look like it's going to slow down. Cody Rhodes is coming back over to the towards the commentary table. He's got the second steel chair. Now taking it from Justin Roberts, and looks like the two are forced to stand now. The doctor ringside, who may be needed for Goldust at the end of this match, does get a reversal and another running bulldog by Goldust. Really just defenseless in this match so far. Going underneath the ring for a weapon. I don't think Goldust realizes Cody Rhodes is back up though after that bulldog. Goldust with the baseball bat. Oh, and he hits Cody Rhodes. It looked like Cody Rhodes was just one step ahead of Goldust. I'm sorry, it was one step ahead of Cody Rhodes. Now the two brothers just really just brawling outside the ring here. This has turned into a fight more than a match. Oh, and Goldust now, he's ripping apart the announce table. Not something I'd expect to see from Goldust. It seemed like he'd have a bit of love for his brother, but it does not seem that way, of course, here tonight, and rightfully so. Cody Rhodes takes out the referee with that clothesline and almost flips over Goldust, but Goldust must be pissed after the disrespect shown by Cody Rhodes. Maybe that's the aspect he's going for here. Cody Rhodes now goes for the Alabama Slam. Oh my God, right in the concrete. Oh, Cody Rhodes, he's coming towards the announce table now. Oh, this could end the match here, of course. Falls count anywhere. Cody Rhodes. Oh, God, what is Cody Rhodes doing? He's back in the ring, but Goldust laid out here on our announce table. Cody Rhodes, oh my God, the moonsault. It was an amazing move by Cody Rhodes. And that's got to be the match. Cody Rhodes with the victory, a huge move there. I'm in just awe here. We go into the replays here. There's Cody Rhodes. Set his brother up on the table. I thought he'd possibly go for some sort of crossroads, Alabama Slam, something like that. But nothing I've seen really before here in the JW. Just a huge moonsault by Cody Rhodes. And that ended the match, a very quick match. Just a dominant performance by Cody Rhodes. Now he's got his brother off his back and he can go to bigger things, I guess. Just a very impressive victory by Cody Rhodes. That was not a long match at all. Short and efficient work by Cody Rhodes. Just takes out Goldust. And the doctor is now attending to Goldust, it looks here at ringside. And Goldust looks like he could be seriously hurt. We're shifting gears now. We're going to take you back. Another replay from SmackDown. This was Ziggler and John Cena against the New Alliance in Curtis Axel and Wade Barrett. And here you see it yourself. Ziggler was in control of the match. Cena gets out of the apron with the attitude adjustment. Causes the match to end. And it was the victory given to Ziggler, as we've just now found out after decisions being made by various people backstage. But John Cena joined the likes of Wade Barrett and all of them. Here we see some replays. This was, I believe this was last week on JB SmackDown. Yes, this was John Cena when he faced Dolph Ziggler. And an epic match this really was, and it ended with John Cena's arm, just nothing left in him, but he was able to get the pin after a huge attitude adjustment, or an FU as he's now calling it, of course, the new John Cena. Sort of reverting back to his old thugonomics ways, but a much darker way. And he's aligned himself with Curtis Axel, Hollywood Axelmania, and of course the United States champion, Bad News Barrett, who's going to be facing Dolph Ziggler here tonight. Of course, this alliance, I said it actually a few weeks ago. I believe it was 2 weeks ago on JW SmackDown when I said that men in Curtis Axel and Wade Barrett may have changed the long-term history of the JW. And now that they have John Cena, it only solidifies my point that these men are here to really just cause some havoc in the JW. And lots of questions surrounding that tag team match, because this was Ziggler's choice of opponent. Bad News Barrett really didn't know. I guess he could predict that John Cena would have been the most obvious choice. Of course, Ziggler thought he really had a friend in John Cena. But obviously not. Wade Barrett somehow paid off John Cena, or John Cena just agreed with the motives here. Hasn't gotten too much exposure here on JV SmackDown, but John Cena, of course, accompanying United States Champion now, can associate himself with champions. John Cena does have a shady history here in the JW, though. Of course, he was part of the basic thugonomics back in WWE 13, and a heel for a little bit of that run, and then just a change of heart in John Cena. We see him go from thugonomics, we seen him go through hustle, loyalty, and respect here on JV SmackDown, and in the most recent weeks, he's gone much darker than both of those characters, and turned on Dolph Ziggler and all the fans here in the JW. But now Dolph Ziggler in the new attire, the denim jacket, he's determined looking. He's looking to get that United States Championship. Now, of course, back to WrestleMania is when Curtis Axel and Wade Barrett formed this team. It was in the triple threat match between Ziggler, Curtis Axel, and the champion Bad News Barrett. And from the start of the match to the end, Curtis Axel and Wade Barrett were just a well-oiled team, as if they certainly had it planned out, it seemed. And Curtis Axel just sat there and taunted while his now partner Bad News Barrett went for the victory over Dolph Ziggler. And the 2-on-1 attack was just too much for Dolph Ziggler. And Bad News Barrett was champion for another day. Now we're here at Payback, and he's got John Cena in his corner. So Bad News Barrett really just aligning himself with big players on JB SmackDown, and it's been pretty successful for him so far. Of course, John Cena in the corner. Went for a super kick there. Somehow, Bad News Barrett, he's looking to get a lockup. But Ziggler is in control here. Gets Barrett on the ground. Now the punch is being applied to Wade Barrett's head as Dolph Ziggler gets back up now. What is this? Ziggler doesn't even care about the match. Famouser. Just to Cena on the outside. Not legally part of the match, and if he does get involved, it will be a loss for Bad News Barrett, but it is champion's advantage. So Bad News Barrett will still retain the title, but he will lose the match. Ziggler now, he's just focusing on the attack on Cena. It doesn't look like Cena's going to do anything. Another Famouser. Finally, Ziggler gets back in the ring. Just a Famouser party here. Bad News Barrett with the reversal on Ziggler. And a big boot there. That was a nice move. A powerful one at that. Just making quick work of Dolph Ziggler, it looks like. Could be a very similar situation to the last match. Of course, when Cody Rhodes just dominated Goldust in the Falls Count Anywhere match. An amazing move by Cody Rhodes at the end of the match. Now Ziggler with the repeated elbows. They're in Ziggler style, of course, that is. To just be a showman. Very much like Shawn Michaels, who he's been compared to almost his whole career. Nice move there by Dolph Ziggler. That diving splash. Now back to his feet is Bad News Barrett, but not for long. Fireman's carry, possibly mocking John Cena, and John Cena just cheering on Bad News Barrett down there. Really just sending some mean words to Dolph Ziggler as well. Bad News Barrett gets Ziggler in the corner, bounces off, but a reversal. Big knee to the midsection of Bad News Barrett, or Wade Barrett. Barrett now has Ziggler in the corner, but it's a back and forth battle to see who is in the corner. And again, the position changes, and Bad News Barrett with the big shoulder blocks into that corner. Barrett now on the top rope with the elbow. Very nice move there. Middle rope now just pounding down in Ziggler's face with that repeated punches. There's the bare knuckle brawler is the nickname of Bad News Barrett, so you see a lot of that Raw style. Went for a big boot. Ziggler got out of the way, but just that boxing punch now. The lower midsection of Dolph Ziggler. Goes for the clothesline and he gets it. Sends Ziggler at packing outside the ring, but is not a break for Bad News Barrett as he's on the apron. Now Barrett, he's right behind Ziggler. I don't think Ziggler realizes. Oh, but the reversal, the instincts of Dolph Ziggler. Oh, the DDT right in the outside on the concrete. Ziggler just making a big comeback just with that one move. Now throws Barrett back in the ring, trying to capitalize on that move, possibly get his finishing maneuver in. Ziggler, zigzag. Goes for the cover. And it's a kick out at one. The resilience of Bad News Barrett with no Cena interaction whatsoever. Barrett was able to kick out at one. Of course, just the fierce competitor wins a change. We got the competition and the the strength of Bad News Barrett, the resilience, combined with the alliance with Axel and John Cena. And Bad News Barrett may be unstoppable. Now winding up the elbow for that bull hammer. Ziggler looks knocked out. Barrett hooking the leg. And the match is ended, but I don't think anyone thought that was going to go any differently. Bad News Barrett completely dominating Dolph Ziggler for most of the match. Dolph Ziggler may have cost himself with the attacks on John Cena, though. It did give Bad News Barrett an opportunity to, I guess, just try to figure out Cena's, or Ziggler's plan, I should say. Bad News Barrett retaining the United States Championship. All champions have retained so far tonight, but in this next match, I believe it may not be the same situation. This is the triple threat for the World Heavyweight Championship. Of course, it is Hulk Hogan versus Ryback versus the champion CM Punk. And, of course, that match should be quite the match. But I don't believe CM Punk will walk out the World Heavyweight Champion. I don't know if it's going to be Hulk Hogan. I don't know if it's going to be Ryback. But I do not think it's going to be CM Punk. The odds are simply not on his side. And of course, it's a triple threat with no disqualification rules. So we could see the NWO come out and interfere and get Hulk Hogan the victory. Or we could see Ryback just dominate the both of these men. And so I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be CM Punk. But the champion, CM Punk, still looks pretty confident walking out here now. And he's got to be, because otherwise, that's probably the only thing that's going to keep him holding on to that championship is confidence. Because if he's any sort of doubtful about losing that title, he's going to lose that title. Just the stakes are so high in this match, and all three of these men just determined to win the match, it seems. Of course, Hulk Hogan, the former champion for 3 months leading up until WrestleMania when CM Punk got this title. And Ryback, been in the main event picture, got victories over the former world champion Hulk Hogan, but never was given that true number one contendership. And until he took action and he attacked CM Punk, and this caused General Manager Triple H to place Ryback in this match. Of course, I guess reviewing that Ryback is the number one contender, but of course we had another contender in Hulk Hogan. Of course, the Champions Rematch Clause, or the former Champions Rematch Clause. That is a rule, of course, and it seems that both men cashing in on their number one contenderships tonight, and it's a triple threat for the World Championship. And now here comes the black and white Hollywood Hulk Hogan, the former world champion. There we see he's in the jeans and the t-shirt, almost a street fight outfit that we see he used to wear in the WCW, NWO. But Hulk Hogan is as determined as ever to win that match. He's really gotten a bit more humble, I guess, in the past few weeks, and he did get a victory in the tag team main event 2 weeks ago, which is what caused Ryback to really just implode and attack CM Punk. We do know Ryback and CM Punk aren't exactly the best of friends, but we did know they had a common enemy in the NWO. Ryback, with issues with Hulk Hogan for many weeks leading up to WrestleMania, and of course CM Punk's had issues with him since day one, really. Since Hulk Hogan pretty much stole the NWO and Kevin Nash and Big Show from CM Punk. And really in both iterations of the group here in the JW, whether it's CM Punk's NWO or the NWO Hollywood, it was quite successful on both ends and brought success to the whole group. And as we've seen in recruits with Fandango, it really did help out Fandango. He's a multiple-time hardcore champion now. When not successful earlier in the night. And then, of course, here's the wild card of the match, Ryback. Germany fans just expected this to be a rematch between Hulk Hogan and CM Punk, me being one of them. But Ryback, he did have 2 victories, one of them a disqualification and one of them in a steel cage match. That was the 2 weeks in a row when Ryback and Hulk Hogan main evented. Hulk Hogan using a bat on Ryback 1 week, which caused a disqualification victory for Ryback. And then there's a rematch inside a steel cage in which the NWO couldn't get involved and Hulk Hogan could not get disqualified. Instead, locked in a cage with the big guy, Ryback. All 3 men now in the ring, and the belt in the middle. That's what it's all about here. The World Heavyweight Championship, still tagged up with the NWO logos since Hulk Hogan won that match at the Royal Rumble pay-per-view 3 months ago. And the bell has rung, and let's see really how this match plays out. Ryback has got CM Punk, and looks like Hulk Hogan's going for Ryback now. Nice move there by Hulk Hogan. Veteran move. Very vintage feel to that move. But CM Punk with the kicks now. The rapid fire feet of CM Punk. And that might be another reason CM Punk could walk out of here. He's got the speed advantage. I'd say it's Ryback, and I'd say the slowest has to be Hulk Hogan. Get the power. Ryback, again, I think, wins in that field. But CM Punk definitely has the speed over both these men. Hulk Hogan has the experience. Ryback going for the cover, but it's right in front of Hogan. Not sure how smart that was, but could have gotten a 3 count. It was a 2 count until it was broken up by Hogan. Bulldog. Now both Ryback and Hulk Hogan were down. Now they're both back up already. Ryback sending punch, getting in the corner. Just absolute chaos between these 3 men. CM Punk's in the corner. He's got Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Almost hard to call the match. Just 3 of these men in a very tight space right now. It seems like if one's doing a move, he gets his opponent on the ground, and the other opponent's right there to capitalize on the distracted goer of the move, I guess. And we see 2 suplexes to each man, opposite of Ryback. Ryback's outside the ring now. And getting the steel chairs, the same chairs used by Cody Rhodes and his brother Goldust earlier in the night. Now they're being put to use by Ryback. Sends both men on the floor. And now wedging the chair in the corner is Ryback. Very creative thing to do. Gonna send CM Punk's head in the corner. And he does. It hits the steel chair and it's gotta hurt. Would give CM Punk a bit of a concussion maybe. Just keeping him down on the floor for a little bit. Punk, of course, the world champion. Still trying to get back to his feet now. Now all 3 men are standing. I can get a sense that's not for long. Nice backbreaker by CM Punk. CM Punk's got Ryback in his hands, and Hulk Hogan and CM Punk teaming up. That's a very interesting combination, but you do got to get the big man out of the match. He's got the most advantage in this match. So I guess CM Punk and Hulk Hogan both realizing that, the experience combined within them. Hulk Hogan's busted open, but he's getting right back up and possibly hulking up. He is bleeding right outside the forehead. See how brutal this match has been so far. And, all 3 of these men really heavy hitters in their own ways, of course. Hulk Hogan's got the comeback move. He's hulking up down there with the blood in his head and all. Ryback just taking a seat for a little bit, I guess, as Hogan's going to do his theatrics here. Oh, but CM Punk just punches Hulk Hogan in the head after that, of course, like I said, the theatrics, which costed Hulk Hogan here. They always do, JW. CM Punk has got Hogan on the floor. Ryback assisting Punk now. Oh, but CM Punk, he gets Ryback and a big body splash. But Hogan is right there standing up, and he's looking to take advantage. Gets Punk. Oh, here's a cover by CM Punk. We 1, 2. Ryback almost didn't realize it was the cover, but he did get the breakup and the spine buster signature move by Ryback now. Been absolutely chaotic here in this match. DDT by Hulk Hogan. Ryback sending the referee down on accident. Ryback, of course, just taking a seat, watching Hulk Hogan do what he's doing to CM Punk. And just weakening CM Punk more and more by the minute. CM Punk with the leg sweep now. Nice reversal. Referee sends CM Punk down. It looked like CM Punk was going for him, maybe. Maybe this is just a big controversy. That could have cost Punk the match, though. Doesn't look like it, though. Anaconda Vice applied. Ryback's outside the ring. Oh, and the rope break may have costed, may have saved the match there. I'm not sure why there's a rope break in the triple threat when there is no disqualifications. Nonetheless, that rope break from the ref did cause possibly the match to go on longer. Hulk Hogan might have tapped out there, and Ryback was not quick enough to get back in the ring. CM Punk with the nice kick. Enziguri. Another one. A nice neck breaker by CM Punk. That comeback move, comeback sequence. Throws Hogan in the corner. Big suplex by CM Punk. Now we know what this is. CM Punk is calling for the go to sleep, the GTS. CM Punk, you got Hogan. And the go to sleep. He doesn't realize Ryback is right back up though. Oh, Ryback throws CM Punk in the air. Got him on his shoulders now. Hulk Hogan, of course, laid out, but Ryback looking for the shell-shocked. Could be a major upset here. Ryback could get the victory. Hogan getting back to his feet. And Ryback has won the World Championship. His first ever singles title. And Hulk Hogan is just not aware of what's going on even. Got knocked out by the GTS, but not for long. Gets back to his feet and just missed the chance to break up that pin. And Ryback, of course, able to capitalize on that. Here we see the damage done to Hulk Hogan's head. He's bleeding, but the height threw CM Punk 10 feet in the air at least. And catches him right back in his shoulders. Does this move. The shell shocked. I just want you to watch Hulk Hogan there in the corner. Trying to get back to his feet. Doesn't realize what's going on, and you didn't see it there, but his reaction was just a questionable one. But Ryback, just an amazement of his own title. Now the World Heavyweight Champion is Ryback. This could be scary for the whole roster of the JW. Ryback may be unbeatable as the World Heavyweight Champion. He's the big guy, and he's got a motive now. He's got to defend that title. He's now the 3rd World Heavyweight Champion here on JW Raw. In WWE 2K15, of course, before the 2 men involved in this match, Hulk Hogan and CM Punk. Hulk Hogan now is in the back of the line, but CM Punk does have a rematch. But Ryback, for now, is the World Heavyweight Champion in an absolutely amazing performance by the big guy. And now it is time, of course, for the main event of the show. It's going to be Brock Lesnar versus this man, the World Heavyweight Champion over on JV SmackDown, the Undisputed Champion, The Undertaker. Now, of course, the number 1 contender was supposed to be Hulk Hogan on the WrestleMania pre-show. Hulk Hogan, of course, over on SmackDown, Hulk Hogan, red and yellow, faced Brock Lesnar. And the Ultimate Warrior was out to support his friend Hulk Hogan. And Hogan was able to actually get the victory over Brock Lesnar, and therefore becoming number 1 contender for the world title. That was the stipulation. But a few weeks ago on JB SmackDown, Brock Lesnar attacked Hulk Hogan backstage and sent him out of action for an unknown amount of time. And then Brock Lesnar would proceed to get victories over The Undertaker. And now Brock Lesnar is the rightful number 1 contender. And he's facing The Undertaker tonight and looking to become the world champion. Of course, we know Sting, with the change of heart, he attacked Brock Lesnar at the end of SmackDown just this last week. After the vicious attack on Hulk Hogan, Sting realized it was wrong and had that change of heart. And then it was The Undertaker and Sting who were tag team. The Undertaker making his way to the ring now. And of course, the main event was Brock Lesnar versus The Undertaker on JB SmackDown. Brock Lesnar going to be accompanied, of course, by his manager, Paul Heyman. But there we see the Undisputed Champion, The Undertaker, in just full black tonight. He looks as focused and as in great shape as he's ever been in his career. Just the longevity of The Undertaker is almost unbelievable. But if any man is going to have that long of a career and that much success in that career, it's going to be The Undertaker. But that could all come to an end here tonight with Brock Lesnar, who has a history of defeating The Undertaker in many matches in the WWE and here in the JW, of course. And Brock Lesnar is accompanied by Paul Heyman as well, which gives him even more of the advantage. That's got to be intimidating for The Undertaker. Just have the almost a perfect match for The Undertaker is Brock Lesnar. He's got the speed, the agility, the power, everything The Undertaker has, but better, one could argue. Both of them just hopping across the ring and getting fired up for their match. Of course, for the Undisputed Championship over on JB SmackDown. Here in the main event of Payback. And like I said, that's got to intimidate The Undertaker. If The Undertaker can be intimidated by anyone, it is Brock Lesnar. We see Brock Lesnar, the challenger, raising his hand, looking to conquer yet another objective, the Undisputed title, and The Undertaker in the same night. But do not count out The Undertaker, the resilient and longevity of the Undertaker's career, and the current undisputed champion in JW SmackDown. He has a history of being world champion, let alone here in the JW, rather than even in his full wrestling career. Back in WW13, Undertaker had much success as he won the World Heavyweight Championship. I believe it was actually the Winged Eagle Championship, and that was at WrestleMania in a triple threat against CM Punk and John Cena. That was, of course, we see the evolution of these characters. That was when CM Punk was leading the NWO, Kevin Nash and Big Show. That was also when John Cena was the Doctor of Thugonomics. And, of course, I don't think Brock Lesnar actually did much that whole year in the JW. He was, I believe, in the world title picture for a little bit, but much more success Brock Lesnar came to this year in Wwe 2K15, and the Undertaker, the newly drafted JV SmackDown. Look at Paul Heyman just throws Undertaker in the ring. Referee was not looking. Wow, that's a ballsy move by Paul Heyman. I don't know if I would do that if I were the Undertaker, or if I were Paul Heyman. I'm sorry, throwing the Undertaker in the ring, and now we see Undertaker. He's pissed off. Paul Heyman trying to get away, but he's not successful. DDT to Paul Heyman, but he's not part of the match. This could cost the Undertaker. Maybe that was the plan that the genius Paul Heyman came up with. Of course, if his client, Brock Lesnar, became the world champion here tonight, that would do much good for Paul Heyman, and it would do great for Brock Lesnar as well. Brock now on the top rope, but the Undertaker, one step ahead, throws Brock Lesnar down on the mat. Now Undertaker goes to the top. Nice move there. Double elbows. Again, that was an axe handle delivered to Brock Lesnar, and Undertaker back outside the ring again, being very suspicious with Paul Heyman. Just repeated kicks, but a suplex by Brock Lesnar. These signature suplexes from Brock Lesnar. He could do 20 of them in one match and absolutely dominate, but it's going to be hard to do that against the Undertaker, although he has done it before. Leg drop, sorry, by the Undertaker. Let's say elbow drop, but not yet for the Undertaker. It was a very nice leg drop, though. Now he sends Brock Lesnar crashing down, just as Brock Lesnar actually tried to get back up. And now Taker, he's going for the last ride. Already, early goings of the match. Sends Brock Lesnar down, lifts him 10 feet up, and puts him crashing back down to the mat. And that mat is not forgiveful. Now the Undertaker going for the tombstone. Oh my God, Brock Lesnar! Brock Lesnar with a tombstone of his own. With the cover now in the Undertaker style, and that was a rope break. That could have as well saved the match for a little bit for the Undertaker. Now Brock Lesnar just going to toy with the Undertaker. Just a powerful suplex being applied now by Brock Lesnar. And not even applied, just being dealt to the Undertaker. Just absolutely relentless. Doesn't even wait for the Undertaker to get back. Picks him up himself. And there's an F5. And we could see a new undisputed champion here over on the JW SmackDown side here in the main event of Payback. Oh my God, Brock Lesnar with another F5. It's got to be the end of the match right here. Goes for the cover. Oh my God, Brock Lesnar has let go. Brock Lesnar is not done with the Undertaker yet. Oh, but that's not a smart move. Undertaker looking to get some momentum. This is something you don't want to do to the Undertaker. You don't want to play games with the Undertaker. Brock Lesnar just won the match there. Now the Undertaker fired up, big boot. And yet another leg drop. Now Undertaker, hand around, ripped around the neck. Choke slam by the Undertaker. Oh, and Undertaker, he's got the Hell's Gate applied. The referee does not see it. Paul Heyman on the apron. Brock Lesnar's so close to tapping out, but it's not even going to matter because the referee won't see it. Look at Paul Heyman. Saving the match for his client, Brock Lesnar. Undertaker forced to let go. Possibly losing grip there. Using a lot of his strength to apply that Hell's Gate. Oh, and now Brock Lesnar Oh, he throws Undertaker in the corner. A nice suplex now by Brock Lesnar. Great strategy by Brock Lesnar and Paul Heyman at that. Elbow to the head of Brock. A nice suplex now. Not suplex, the clothesline. Now Undertaker going up high. Oh, and the big splash. Not a move I'd expect to see from the Undertaker. Was effective though. Brock Lesnar forced to come out of the ring. Very smart move there. Oh, the big boot is reversed. And another suplex by Brock Lesnar now. Big knee to the side of the head of Brock Lesnar, and the tension's really getting high here. Both men have dealt an incredible amount of damage to each other so far. It's really gone back and forth. Undertaker goes for another choke slam. And it connects. Oh, and the Undertaker finally calling for yet another tombstone. This could end the match right here. And the tombstone pile driver by the Undertaker. Goes for the cover. Oh my God, Brock Lesnar just kicked out. Was not even needed for Paul Heyman to get back in the apron. Nonetheless, he is. But Brock Lesnar with he got it one. Absolutely insane from Brock Lesnar. And now Undertaker is trying to get to work on Brock Lesnar, but doesn't have enough stamina to even get back to his feet in time. Oh, and this is not good. Brock Lesnar. Triple power bombs now. He's playing with the Undertaker as if he's a little toy. You notice Brock Lesnar's got no wrist tape here tonight. He's here for a fight. And he's looking to end that fight right now. Another F5. That's got to be the match. Just put Undertaker out of his misery already. Brock Lesnar with the cover. And a new world champion is crowned. Amazing performance by Brock Lesnar. Great strategy from Paul Heyman. A great performance by Undertaker as well, but not enough to put away the beast incarnate Brock Lesnar, who's been on a rise, a very steady, very steep rise. And it's all come to full circle now for Brock Lesnar, as he's the world heavyweight champion, or he's the undisputed champion, sorry. And same situation with Ryback. He may be unstoppable with that title, with Paul Heyman. He's got so much going for him. And representing the SmackDown brand now as your new world champion. Thank you for watching JW Payback. Hope you enjoyed the show. Comment your favorite part. Comment what you want to see on JW Raw, any of that stuff. See the Undisputed Championship in Brock Lesnar's hands after a long reign. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.